Hey guys, it's Jaylon. Welcome back. I am here today to do my update for the Throwback 30 Project Pan. This is a Pantastic Ladies Collab project and it was created by Jessica. And for this project, we are, once again, crazy people and picked 30 products based on 30 different project pans that were created in the Pantastic Ladies Collab Facebook group. So we did start this project in July, so this is the third month update. The idea behind this project is because we can't all do all the projects, that we pick one product for 30 different project prompts based on 30 different projects. You get the gist. I will leave my playlist down in the description box, which will include my intro, and I'll put it up here too in the cards. Okay, so I do have 3 items I can roll out. So I'm going to be looking down at my iPad. In fact, let me just reduce the brightness so it's not so glary. Actually, you know what? Let me put it over here. I'm going to be looking over here because that's where my iPad is, so I can see the prompts and my products. Okay, so I do have 3 items I can roll out. The first one is for the project prompt, 50 Shades of Panning. And this project was, you know, dirty for the movie 50 Shades of Grey. Sexy. So for that, I had brought in the Bath & Body Works Shower Gel in Sensual Amber, and I did finish this up. This is a beautiful scent. As I've mentioned before, I used to only buy this scent from Bath & Body Works. Scent notes are golden amber, wild berries, orange flower, lotus petals, and creamy sandalwood. I love this. Oh my gosh. I think this is like a retired scent, so you see it every once in a while. I don't know if I've seen it recently. I could be wrong. I don't really look for it because I have so many backups. I don't need to be purchasing any more of this scent. So, but it's done. It's done. So that one's out of my collection. The next project prompt for the item I finished is 50 Shades of Pink. So that was for the 50 Shades of something last year. The color was pink. So for that, I brought in the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Sleeping Mask. Oh my gosh, this is finally done. Thank you, baby Jesus. Thank you. Okay, so this, I do enjoy a sleeping mask. And I've had this one for a little while. A long while. And I can't remember what this was like when I first used it. But over the last year that I've had it, in the morning after I've used it, it's like peely off my skin. Does anybody else have that experience with this, or is it just me? Now, I do use a lot of oils on my face, and my guess is that's why. But I do have another product here I'm going to talk about in a minute that is also in this project where I don't have that problem with. So I don't know if it's because of the product or if it's because it was older. So because I can't remember what it was like in the beginning. Regardless, I would not repurchase this. There's 2 other masks that I prefer to this. The Shiseido Ibuki mask, and well, I say that and I feel like that one peeled too. This one is not peeling. The Laneige Water Sleeping Mask, it's not peeling on me. So we'll see if that changes, but as of right now, it is not doing that, even with all the oils that I put on my face. So yeah, this would not be a repurchase, but I finished it. Woo! Okay, the third thing I finished, the project prompt for this was Movie Madness. And I chose the movie Bridget Jones' Diary because it starts and ends on New Year's Eve. And the reason why is because I brought in my Mally Shadow Stick Extra, and the shade is champagne. And you drink champagne on New Year's Eve, typically. Most people do. And I finished it. I didn't have a ton left in here, but I did want to finish this. And you know, the funny thing is I was like, I don't really use shadow sticks. So when I finished this, I was like, yes, another shadow stick out of my collection. And then I went back to using my glitter glue, you know, before I use my lid shadows. And I was like, nah, I went back and picked another shadow stick. Who am I? I don't know. I don't know if I'm like preferring shadow sticks now or what the deal is. But I will say that like even today I was using the Pat McGrath palette, and I do feel like I needed a glitter glue for that. In hindsight, now that I think about it, I'm like, oh, I probably needed a glitter glue. I'm gonna have to try it again. I can't remember if it's because of the layering of the shadows I used, because it's almost like the topper shade. Anyway, it's done. I don't need this video to be 45 minutes long. It's done. Okay, now those are the 3 things I finished, right? There was just 3? Yeah, 3 things I finished. So let me go into the items that I am still working on. So I have finished so far 7 out of this project. So let me start from the top. The first item, the project prompt for this is 12 Days of Christmas. And so that's the song, 12 Days of Christmas. You pick a line from the song and you pick an item that goes with it. So I picked 3 French hens. And so I picked a French product, or a product that was, yeah, a French brand. And this is by Caudalie. It's the Overnight Detox Oil. So my line on this keeps disappearing. Like that's the original line that I put whenever I brought this into the project. This is really dirty, sorry. But I don't know where my line from last month went. And I even used a like paint pen. It's an oil, so I'm not surprised, but like my original Sharpie line is there. It doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, so I'm here. I'm making progress on this. I may decant this into another bottle because this is starting to flake. Now, I'm not faulting this because it's my bad. I've had this for a long time and I haven't used it. So it's my fault. You see it's flaking. It's my fault. So I either will take all of this off, scrape all of this off, or I will decant this into another container because I'm kind of over the flaking. We will see. I need to do something about it because it's making me crazy. But anyway, I have made some progress. I know I have. I just can't show you where my previous line was. Making progress. Okay, the next item, I did start using this. I hadn't used it previously. This is for Beauty A to Z. So you just pick a letter of the alphabet and find a product that goes with it. So I chose the letter N and brought in my Neutrogena lip moisturizer in just a chapstick. It's a chapstick. It's not in a shade. I love this chapstick. It's my favorite chapstick. FYI, I did refilm my skincare favorites for dry skin. I lost that footage. I accidentally deleted it a long time ago somehow. So I refilmed it this past weekend. I'm going to try to edit it somewhat soon, but I talked about that, and I talked about this in that video, which is what made me think about it. Anyway, I love this. I have made some progress on it, and I'm guessing I'm going to make more progress on it when I go to Hawaii, because I do like take this with me in my beach bag, and it's like the thing that I apply a ton of because it has SPF in it. So anyway, yeah, I'll probably get some pretty decent use when I travel. Okay, the next project prompt is Birthstone Beauty, and I chose the shade Sapphire. And for that, I did bring in this Laneige Water Sleeping Mask, this little deluxe size sample. And as I mentioned, I really do like this. I have used a little bit of it. You can't really tell. Well, that's the cap. There's still a little bit in the cap, so I will eventually use that. So I think I've used this like 2, maybe 3 times. I haven't had to use very much of it. I use it after I apply my retinoid. Yeah. Just to give my skin a little bit of boost of moisture so I can avoid some of the flaking. I really do like this. I really do like this. I'm enjoying it. Okay, the next project prompt is Budget Beauty. And for that, I brought in the Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon in Stay Exceptional. I really do love this shade. I just haven't, there's not a lot of progress on this. I think I maybe used it a couple of times, but it doesn't really look like I've had much progress. I think the progress is tiny. This is beautiful. My goal is to use a quarter of the stick. So slow going on that one. Next project prompt is Cupid's bow. So for that, you pick something that relates to Valentine's Day, you know, Day of Love. And for that, I chose my Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop Blusher in Sex on Fire. And I brought in my boob blush. And my goal for this is to use it 30 times. And so far I've used it 10. So I'm a third of the way there. This is so pretty. You know, I keep saying, oh, I'm going to try the shade Pillow Talk. And every time I swatch it, I'm like, I don't know, maybe not. So I really do love this formula. So I may pick up a different shade other than Pillow Talk. So we'll see during the VIB sale. By the way, I'm not mentioning the things I haven't started working on because there are a few. Okay, the next project prompt is Fall For You, which is just a product that you love. And for that, I brought in my Flower Beauty Petal Pout Lip Color in Spiced Petal. So it's this lippy here, and I don't think I have a ton of progress on this. I am going to be taking this with me on my trip because I think it's much more of a, you know, with a nude, I think it'll be better for a beach trip versus some of the other shades I've been wearing lately. So I have kind of been saving this as a beach lippy, as well as one other lippy I know for sure in this project. So hopefully I can meet my goal on this on my trip. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I have like a quarter of the bullet left, so we're close. Next up is Harry Potter, and for that project we picked a house, and you could pick a product based on the colors of the house, and so I chose the Gryffindor house and went with the red shade and picked these Lululun Precious Red sheet masks. So it's a pack of sheet masks. I picked these up in Japan. And I think I maybe used these a couple of times last month or over the last month. So there's still plenty in here. I can't really tell you how many are left in here, but you know, they're slow going. I don't use these every day. But progress is progress. Next project prompt is lip service. So instead of bringing in my typical mid to high end lippies, I wanted to bring in something that was more like drugstore range. So I brought in a ColourPop lippy stick in the shade Last Call. So here is the shade. And this is the other one that I was saying I would probably save for my beach trip because I feel like it's much more, you know, appropriate for summer-ish weather, cooler weather, warmer weather. And I have made some progress on this, but not a ton. And I've really been mixing this mostly more than anything else. Haven't really been wearing it on its own. And my goal is to finish this. So there is finish? Use half. So that's how much is left. And I would say I'm about halfway to that goal. So I'm doing pretty well on this. I noticed today that it has detached from, which is not uncommon for ColourPop products. I know my friend Valerie said it happened to her in one of these and the product ended up falling on the floor in the bathroom or something. So hopefully that does not happen to me. Next project prompt is Mean Girl quotes, and I chose the quote, I saw Katie Heron wearing army pants and flip-flops, so I bought army pants and flip-flops. And the prompt for that is something you bought because of someone else. So I chose the J-Cat Beauty Priz Metal Chrome Eye Mousse in Champagne Whiz. So it's this one here because of Kathleen Lights. It wasn't this particular shade that she talked about, but she talked about this product in general. This is really pretty. What is he doing back there? Very pretty. My goal is to use this 20 times, and so far I've used it 5. Last month I had used it 3. So I've only used it 2 more times. I don't know what he's doing. He's digging for something. Hey! Next project prompt is panning games, and for that I kind of did a random selection of a lip product in my collection, and we got the Pat McGrath Matte Trance Lipstick in Venus in Furs. So it's this one here, and I made pretty decent progress on this. I am very happy with that. Very, very happy. Here's the shade. So pretty. It's great for this time of year. So I am trying to get some use on it. My goal is to finish this. I don't know about that. I'm going to try. He's going to ruin my bed. Next project prompt is panning solitaire. So that was the Pan That palette from last year. So panning games was the Pan That palette theme from last year in the Pantastic Ladies. And the goal was to pan a single, a duo, and then pan a trio, and then a quad, like in that order. And so what I decided to do was to bring in a quad and just try to hit pan or finish one shade. So here is the palette that I brought in is the Charlotte Tilbury Luxury palette in Pillow Talk. What you doing? And here's how my palette is looking. So I really do like this for really quick looks. I feel like I'm kind of close on this shade here. These don't have like shade names. They just have Prime, Enhance, Pop, and Smoke are the shade names. But, and sorry for the reflection, but I do, maybe if I don't think it will help. But yeah, I do feel like this pink is probably going to be the first to go. Or this one. Like these are the two that I use the most. And this one kind of seems like it's sealed over a little bit, but you can still get some decent, yeah, it does feel like it's sealed over. Well, I can still get shadow from it. But that's more of like a topper shade anyway. So yeah, this will probably go with me on my trip because it's a super easy palette to use and it's teeny. Like I need easy palettes to work on. Yeah, so it'll be a great palette to travel with. I'm not sure what else I would take. Okay. The next project prompt is rocking around the Christmas tree, and that's where you pick a Christmas song and find a product to go with that. So I don't really like Christmas songs too much. Just didn't grow up with a lot of Christmas songs in my house. So I chose the song Last Christmas by Wham. And for that, I brought in the MAC Loose Pigment in the shade Kitschmas. I think that's so funny. I correct myself up. My goal for this is to use it 20 times. I've used it 3. I have a while to go on this. It's so hard to get the pigment out. So there is the shade. There's kind of a crummy swatch. It's a lot more like in your face than that, but it's really pretty. So anyway, I need to get cracking. One use since the last update. Okay, the next project prompt was Significant Other Project Pan, and for that, you just have a significant other pick a product for you. He's under the pillow. Wow. So I had my friend Valerie pick a product for me, and she chose the Hourglass Translucent Setting Powder, the Veil Translucent Setting Powder. This product here. And I originally was going to try to finish this, but after the first month, I was like, well, that's not going to happen, because I really just use this to buff the bronzer, blush, and highlighter. And so I changed that to 4 grams total use over the course. I think 4 grams is what I decided. 3 or 4. I can't remember now. Oh, use 4 grams. I use 4 grams. So since the last update, well, okay, last month this weighed in at 103.2 grams. This month it weighed in at 102.7. So this month I actually used 0.5 grams. So far I've used a total of 1.2 grams out of a 10 gram jar. I will have that forever. I just don't use powder very much. Okay, next project prompt is Skin is In. So for that, I chose the Elemis Papaya Enzyme Mask. So it's this mask here. I honestly don't know that I used this last month because don't think I can make a new line. Yeah, no, I can't make a new line. So I don't, like I said, I don't think I used this. I'm surprised because I really do like this mask. But yeah, I didn't use it at all. So, oops. The next project prompt is the 4 Seasons, and for that I chose the season Spring and brought in this Peter Thomas Roth Water Drenched Hyaluronic Cloud Cream Hydrating Moisturizer. I feel like this is a very springy jar. And I have been using this pretty much every morning to hydrate my face. And I think it's kind of hard to tell, but I am doing pretty well on this. I've been using other moisturizers here and there that kind of maybe get brought in by Turn and Burn or something like that. But, you know, there's probably a fourth of the jar left. So I'm close. I don't know. This is not going to go with me on my trip. So I probably won't have it out next update, but maybe the update after that. So we'll see. We'll see how fast I can use that up. But we're getting there. We're getting there. The next project prompt is Unicorn Project Pan. And that was a project that was, I think, started by Kana, and it's like magical items in your collection. So I chose this MAC Hyper Real Glow Highlighting Palette. And my goal was to use each of the I think originally I was like, use each of the highlighters 20 times. Is what I said, right? Yeah. But then I was like, just because I really just swirl my brush in all of the shades, you know, just. And so I'm just like, use the palette 20 times because I just don't really use it any other way. So let me just show you all 3 of the shades mixed. And really because that last shade is a little bit too dark for me on its own. And I'll show each of these to you by themselves. So that's these. So that's dark to lightest. So anyway, I love this palette. It's really pretty. It actually is what I'm wearing today. And let's see, since the last update, I had used it 11 times and I've used it an additional 4 times. So I'm now at 15. So I have 5 to go. So I feel like I'm doing pretty good on this product. And by coming, you know, when I come back from Hawaii, I'll probably have a bit more of a tan, and I think this will work better on my skin. So I'll probably have it out, I would assume, by the next update. The next prompt is Winnie the Pan, and I chose the prompt Pooh, who loved honey. So I brought in the Pharmacy Honey Potion Renewing Antioxidant Hydration Mask. So it's this one here. And my goal for this is to use half of the item. And so I started out like up here, if you can see my line. And I did not mark this. Let me mark it right now. So I am currently down here. And I didn't make a line, I don't think, last month because it was very difficult to see where I was. Just because of the nature of how the jar is like octagonal or whatever. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it's 6. Septagonal? I may have just made that word up. Did I? Anyway, that's where I am. So I need to calculate what halfway is, but I'm guessing it's like right here. So, you know, I mean, there's still a ton of product in here. I do love this mask. It's a really nice consistency. For me, I enjoy it. And it is a warming mask. So if you don't like warming type masks on your face, you won't like this, but I do enjoy it. Okay, the last prompt of items I'm working on is Wizard of Panning. And so I chose the prompt Toto or something you love. And for that, I brought in the By Beauty Matte Creme Lip Crayon in the shade Pastille. So it's this one here, and here is the shade. And my goal is to finish this, and that's all I have left. I made great progress on this in the last month. I think I used like half of what was in here, which I don't even know how that happened. But I'm going to have to swatch this on this hand because I'm out of room on the other. But yeah, there's the shade. And I feel like this is just a super creamy product. So you use a little bit and it just, you know, it moves very quickly. I love this shade. I have a couple of these, so I have a backup. So that is my update for this project. I do have like the warm vanilla sugar shower gel for turn and burn. I basically just did what I normally do, which is I used Wheel of Names to pick my item for that. And I will probably I'm definitely going to be taking that with me on my trip to Hawaii. So I'm hoping I can have that finished by the time I come back because it's a little deluxe size. That's the goal. So I may have that as an empty when I come back. Other than that, like what else would I have done? Oh, I didn't mention this. I forgot to mention this product. For the prompt Once Upon a Pan, I chose the prompt Henry Mills, a product you can't live without. And I have concealer, which I can't live without concealer. The Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. This one here. I have taken the stopper out of this. And there isn't a ton left in here. You can kind of see. I don't know if you can. Anyway, you can't really tell. I can see. I'm going to take a spatula. Okay, so this is broken, as you can tell right here. Let me grab a... So I did take a spatula to this, so you can kind of see. But there's basically, it's almost pretty much down to here. And even then, it's actually past that. But it was hard to kind of show that. And it broke all the way off. Hopefully it doesn't dry out before I can use all of it. I'm still able to screw the lid on and it seems to like click closed. So anyway, I'm hoping I may be able to get this done by the next update. Very, very possible. I actually have not really been liking this under my eyes. So I've started to use this on my lids to prime my eyes before going in with eyeshadow and then setting it with a powder. So that's kind of how I've been using it lately. And that may help me finish this. I don't usually use products like that, but I'm just not really enjoying this on my eyes or under my eyes. So I just figured, you know, it's fine as a primer. And, you know, I've been using an Urban Decay primer for that. And this is almost done. So I'll just use it for that purpose until it's finished. Yeah, so I think I'm hoping I'll have this done. I'm hoping I'll have the shower gel deluxe eye sample by Bath and Body Works in warm vanilla sugar done. And then I'm also hoping that I'll have this, my goal on this met, the Flower Beauty Petal Pout lip color in Spiced Petal. That would be amazing. So those are kind of the ones that I'm thinking I'll have finished, or my goal met on. Everything else I think will still be in here. I forgot to mention, I am filming this like 11 days early or 10 days early because I'm pre-filming before I go on my trip. So next month I will have like 5 weeks of use on all of these products. So that's another reason why I'm hoping I'll have a lot of these things done, or the ones that I mentioned. So anyway, that is my update for this project. Hopefully you guys are doing well and staying safe. Please hit that subscribe button and I'll see y'all next time. Bye. So for that, I had brought in the Bath and Body Works shower gel in sexual amber as a next project prompt is panning games. So for that, I did like a random. Last month it weighed in at 103. Last month it weighed in at, Ziggy like destroyed the bed and then left. What a little shit. Okay, bye.